Today we'll try to execute all the topics, whatever we discussed, at least one program. So here are some of the document. You can see there is something, some document called continue. There is a document called do while, then a document called for loop, then go to, then you have a while loop, then you have a break. I think these are the total 6 documents. Actually the stuff whatever is there inside the document will be I have collected from the internet only thing is it will be like so segregate the topics. So I have made it into separate files. So let me start with the for loop first. So let me open the for loop. So first I'll explain, then we'll execute that. Okay, so again I said you can get the same information from the net also, but only for the sake of explanation I'm just taking the help of this content. So here you can see the C program for loop in C programming with some example. So I think only thing which I forgot to mention in all the classes right from the control structure, that I forgot to mention the flow diagram. Okay, so when I'm collecting this information, just I recollected. Okay, flow diagram is also equally important for any kind of programming, not only C program. The moment control structure starts in any of the programming language, to make others to understand the flow of the program, you must know how to draw the flow chart basically. So we also call it as a flow diagram. So here I think already we have discussed what is the syntax of the for loop and all. Only thing which I have not discussed, I think flow chart I have discussed for the loops. Am I right or not? Did I discuss or not? You just tell me, because it was before lockdown, no? So I'm before vacation. Sorry. So I really don't remember. Did I discuss all these loops and the flow diagrams and all for each and
No,
every
sir.
control structure? Respond.
No,
No, sir.
sir.
Okay, if it is
No,
not,
sir.
try to we'll spend some time on the understanding of the flow diagram. So for every for loop, the flow diagram should be something like that. I think in the very beginning I just mentioned some of the symbols we generally use in the flow diagram, where the elliptical symbol is used to indicate a start and stop. Then the rectangle box is used to for initialization purpose, like some I is equal to 0 or some initialization, some definition, whatever it is. You can write more than one statement. There's nothing wrong in that. So because it is trying to tell about the for loop, in the for loop first initialization is taking place, so it has to be put into a rectangular box. Then condition is going to be performed. Every condition will be put into a diamond shape box. So you can have the condition here. Then this condition can be having two alternatives. It could be a true or it could be a false. If it is false, it will come out of the loop, which is called stop condition. If it is true, it has to go back to the loop. So you can say that you execute the code which is there inside the loop, then you modify the the counter is modification basically. Then it will again go for the condition checking and it will be continued. Is it clear to all of you? It's very simple flow diagram to understand the syntax of the for loop. Any doubts in this? Otherwise I can go forward. You tell me. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
how
sir.
we how we
Yes,
how
sir.
we represent. So this is a standard now for any program. The moment it has a for loop, you must include this kind of a structure for the flow diagram purpose. Is it okay? You try to take this. I will see, it's a beginnersbook.com, right? From that website I have downloaded this. So you can later also you can refer each and every topic. Very good examples and with flowcharts are given, even for the if condition, then nested if, then if else, then if else if. For all this you can just go here, C programming in beginnersbook.com. You just type, you'll get very good information there. For the sake of knowledge, now here you should understand that how it will be. And whenever somebody wanted you to write the how the logic of the program is done, there are two alternatives. One is called flow diagram, the second is algorithm. The meaning of algorithm means same thing you try to write in the in terms of the statements. So here you can see the statements, whatever was projected in the flow diagram, same thing will be written in terms of the statements. You can see statements is very, so 3 steps are there for implementation of the for loop here. So here you can see first we need to initialize, and for first initialization happens, then counter variable gets initialized. That is step 1. Now in the second step, the condition is checked where the counter variable is tested for the given condition, and if the condition returns true, then C statement inside the body of the loop gets executed. If the condition returns false, then the for loop gets terminated and the control comes out of the loop. I think these are all we have studied, but only thing is we have to put into some statement form. Then coming to the third step is after successful execution of the statement inside the body of the loop, the counter variable is incremental or a decremental depending on the modification, either it is 2 times plus or 2 times minus, then it will come out basically. So this is one of the example of no. So now I just wanted you to how this program is executed. Can anybody tell what is happening here? Initialization takes step 1, is it not? It's a declaration statement,
Yes,
not
sir.
initialization. It's only declaration where the 4 bytes of information is going to be allocated with a garbage data. Then it will enter in the for loop where I is equal to 1, which is initialization. Then comparison takes place where 1 is less than or equal to 3, which is a true condition. It will simply print the value of I. So value of I will be 1 at the initial stage, so 1 will be printed. And after the end of the loop, it will go back to the modification. Again, I gets incremented. Maybe it becomes 2, then 2 less than 3. I think all these things we have discussed. Yes or no? Tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
So, but
Yes, sir.
I think this again you want me to execute. I can execute because I want most of you to write a mathematical table. Some of you have written and some of you have completed in the second attempt, if I'm right. So let me just copy and here, and let me save as for loop test, for loop underscore test dot c. Fine. So this is simple program. So what will be the output of this program? Can anybody will expect? Very simple program it is. This is for loop. Tell me.
1, 2, 3, sir.
1, 2, 3, because very simple. The condition gets false, and don't think always I should initialize from I equal to 0 onwards. It's up to your wish or your interest from where you wanted to initialize the number I equal to. You can initialize 10 also. There's nothing wrong. Then I less than or equal to 13. If you want 3 times to run 0 to 3 or 10 to 13 or whatever it is, there's nothing wrong. The purpose is how many times you wanted to execute the statements within the inside the for loop. So here simply let me compile and run. So 1, 2, 3 somebody said. Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3 has come, right? Again, I don't want to see this. What I'm supposed to do? The bottom 3 lines I just don't want to see. What I'm
Yes.
supposed to
Yes.
add in this program.
Yes.
Before written or after written?
Before written.
Before it.
Before written. Okay, good. So let me write here get ch. So let me run this again. So now you are able to see 1, 2, 3 or not? You're able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how many of you completed that mathematical table? I think some of you already did, but only thing is you are trying to print only the results. Means 1, 3, 6, 9. If I'm talking about the third table, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, something like that you have mentioned, right or not? But I said I just wanted to see, like, in the school, the mathematical book will be given, table books. How you see the mathematical table, that way I want. Then some of you, wrote like every multiplication separate what is that loop it is written, something like that. I have seen 1 or 2 members, but strictly speaking, whenever you start understanding, if you look at the mathematical table, simply we write 3 into 1 is equal to 3, 3 into 2 is equal to 6, 3 into, like that you keep on write 10 times, because we are interested only to print up to multiples of 10. Out of this, the once you write it, you should know that where exactly the modification is happening. Can anybody tell if you see any mathematical table with a complete 3 into 1 equal to 3, 3 into 2 equal to 6, like that 10 up to 10 multiples, can you identify the places where the numbers are getting modified? Can anybody tell? Everybody is following what I'm asking? Tell me. So it is something like this. I will write at the end. It is something like this. 3x1 is equal to 3. Then 3x2 is equal to 6. Then 3x3 is equal to 9. So I just write only 4 times because not to waste time. Can anybody tell where is the modification you see in all the 5 lines? Tell me.
It's in the results and the 1, 2, 3, which
So
number?
it is in the middle, yes or no? Yes or no? In the middle you are able to see there is a modification. At the end you are able to see the modification. The initial it is same, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So see, before you write a program or think over a logic, first you should write on a paper. Then you try to observe where is the modification happening. That modifications only the loop will take care, because every time I need not to execute, this particular statement printf, again printf for this print, only one printf should repeat, but every printf when it is repeating in the subsequent iterations, only the middle number and last number should get modified. That is an objective. Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us same thing. What I will do is I want some input variable where user, otherwise directly I'll take right now because scanf you all of you know it. So I just take n equal to 3 only because I've just now explained n equal to 3. Then what I will do is yeah. So I want percentile d x percentile d is equal to percentile d. So is it not the format what I am expecting? There are 3 numbers, no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Respond. Percentile d
Yes,
is equal to
sir.
percentile. Now your job is to write side variable such a way that first percentile d number should not change, second percentile d number should change, and third percentile d also should change. Yes or no?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me. So can you tell me what is the variable I should write here? Which number is not going to be modified? N is not going to be modified because n equal to 3, no?
Yes, sir.
Then middle number should get modified. So I should be able to modify every iteration. Yes or no? Correct or not? Then what is the last one? I can write
N
directly.
into I.
Yeah, in star I you can write directly this way. Correct? And how many multiples you want, that those many number of multiples you can keep here. So 1 to 10. Is it okay? Very simple program, right or not? So let me run this. We're able to see. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is a very simple program. See, some of you have written no multiple times and some of you written only percentile d, and I said this is how I wanted to see the table. Now something like the assignment is something like you take two different numbers, means I wanted to see the tables once you press the next key, next table should print. It's something like you're asking a user to enter from table to the to table, means I want to print table number 2 to the table number 10, something like that I want. So then initially it will print the table, mathematical table of a 2. Then when you press enter, then it will print 3. If you press enter, then 4. Like that, how many times you can go for? Up to
10.
whatever whatever 2 number you have given, right or not? So that is a assignment given to all of you for a for loop. Everybody understood or not? Write a program to print mathematical tables from the range of given input from number to 2 number. Okay? Can you try? You try at home,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
And
sir.
if at all any doubts, just you can just share with me in WhatsApp. I will try to help you. So that is what I'm telling. In the internet will give you some idea, all the programs. You can think on your own how many ways I can write. This is like on own I'm telling I wanted to print, and I'm telling there is a challenging role. I think here it is not there, but let me again execute. Adjacent also I wanted to print. If 3, then it should be 4, then it will be 5, then 6, 7, 8, like that. It's very difficult. It's not an easy. Whereas no, in the first 3, then next 4, then next 5, it is very simple actually. So simple one I'm trying to give it to you. Once you complete the simple one, then you think over. I wanted to see the tables adjacent wise. First 3 table I wanted to see, then 4th table I wanted to see at a time horizontally. That is also a job actually. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let me again go back to this particular what is that example here. The flowchart is completed, algorithm is completed, then various forms of the loop. So some of the examples are given, you can refer later. So these are all I'm skipping because we have discussed sufficiently on it. Then nested for loop I have not discussed. So what do you mean by nested for loop? Let me again copy and paste. It is easy for to understand. Like if in a if you can use loop in a loop also, there's nothing wrong in that. Let me again save as nested loop, right? nested underscore for loop test dot c. Yeah, can anybody tell what is the output of this program, or how many times this printf is going to be executed? At least that you tell me. How many times the printf is going to be executed? Can anybody respond? Make it fast. We have a very less time till 11:40. No, only 15 or 20 minutes are left out.
8 times, sir. 8 times.
8 times. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
0 1, yeah, it is 0 1 2 3 4 into 2 8 times. It is correct. So it is something like how many times outer for loop is going to be executed, how many times inner for loop is going to be executed. So as per the given the initialization and comparison point, I is equal to 0 is initialized, then it is compared. 0 less than 2 is true. Again, next time I will be incremented, it becomes 1. 1 less than 2 is also fine, and again third time I gets incremented. 2 less than 2 is false. So outer for loop is going to be executed 2 times. So in each for loop, inner for loop, again we need to verify. J is equal to 0, j less than 4. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So total 4 times it is possible for inner for loop to execute. So when I is equal to 0, j is going to vary from 0 to 3, and then it will go back and I gets 1. Again when I gets 1, again j equal to 0 to 3, again it gets executed. So that is how it is running. So can you tell me what is the output of this program now? What is the output of the program?
0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Like
Right,
that.
right. How long? 0,
Up
0,
to
0, 1. How
1,
long it will
3.
continue?
To 1, 3.
Oh no, 0, not like that. 0, 0.
0,
It is
3.
first 0 will come how many times?
4 times.
0, 4 times, because the inner for loop is executing total 4 times. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Then followed by
1, comma.
1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So let us verify. This is called loop in a loop, for nested for loop. So this also I did not discuss, but it is like understood. I think I did not close up. What is the error? What is initial declaration are only allowed in C99. Okay, sorry. It is a C++. You can declaration and initialization can be done in C++, but coming to the main, you have to first declare the variables separately, not inside the for loop. So int I comma k. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, let me again try on. I think something again. Here also I should remove it. I did not remove. Yeah, is it clear now? 0, 0, 0, 1, 2 and 3, then 1, 0, 2, 1, 3. Is it okay?
Sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you want, you can use a getch if you want only to see that. So yeah, this is fine. Okay, so let me go to any other logic is there. Let me verify. Example of a for loop with multiple test conditions. Okay, this I have not covered it, but I'll leave it to you actually. Okay, this particular thing I will forward this document to you. You can verify. This condition also I did not give it to you because time is not there. I cannot explain this also. But what I can say is you can try the third one, and if at all you get any doubts, please you ask me. Okay. So next I'll go with while loop. Okay. So I think somewhere it is there while loop. Here it is there. Coming to the while loop, again I'm trying to explain. Initialization condition is same. Only thing is modification must be inside the code inside body of the loop, and provided whatever condition variable you are using here, that variable gets modified here. If it is not getting modified, it will never come out of the loop. It becomes infinite. That is what I said in the explanation of a while loop, but otherwise it looks same. Yes or no? Except modification table, modification block here, it is as good as your for loop only. Yes or no? Is it okay, or you want me to explain
Yes.
this block diagram? Okay, because
Understood,
not to waste,
sir.
not to waste the time, I'm just giving this. So here again Same program, count is less than or equal to 4, so 0 1 2 3 it will 1 2 3 4 it will print because you started from 1. So let me not execute this. Straight away I can use some other useful program. Infinite while loop. Infinite, yeah. Do you know why it is called infinite loop? What is the reason behind it? Why it is called infinite loop? Because you are incrementing what? Variable. Initially, what is the value of the variable? 6. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 6 greater than or equal to 5. True or false?
True.
It is
True,
true.
sir.
So when it is true, it will print a percentage variable 5. After that, variable gets incremented. It becomes 7. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
So 7 is greater than or equal to 5. So do you think
True.
it will get false at any time?
No.
So that is
No,
it is
sir.
infinite. So never write infinite loop in normal C program. Whereas I said in the final year when you come to do some embedded C programs where infinite loop is required actually. Okay. So that is important. So infinite loop I cannot execute here. Then it is, yeah, I think slightly different. This is also infinite loop. Yes or no?
Yes,
Initially variable is equal to 5. 5 less than or
5.
equal to 10. Then always you are trying to basically to make this loop false, variable must be incremented or decremented. You tell me.
Increment.
But what we are doing here?
Decrement.
sir.
So what it is telling, variable value will keep decreasing because of the minus operator. Hence it will always less than or equal to 10. It will enter into the infinite loop only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So similar to, yeah, this one I'll execute. I just wanted you to do that for loop, no? At least while loop I'll explain that, conditions, double conditions actually. Save as. Then let me write it is while loop test. Okay. While loop test dot c. Don't forget to keep dot c. Yeah, so this is while loop dot underscore test dot c. Can you tell me how it is going to be run? Initially I is equal to 1, j is equal to 4. So what is going to happen here? 1 less than or equal to 4. True or false?
True.
True. And for the or condition, at least one variable is true. Second will be evaluated or it will be skipped.
Skip it.
It will be skipped, right? Irrespective of the j value, it will directly enter here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So how many times? How many times?
4 times.
4 times, because even though j gets false in the fourth time, because this is equal, no, 1 2 3 3 4, yeah, this is like first I less than or equal to 4 is going to be true, so it will execute 4 times. So ultimately what are the values now? 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, sorry, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. Yes or no? Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm not modification is happening inside the loop, so irrespective of this condition, always j gets incremented. Okay. So let me execute this. So I said no, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 4. Is it okay? If I write here 2, how many times it will get executed?
2 times.
Sorry?
2 times,
5 less
sir.
than or equal to how many times it will get executed?
3 times.
3 times. Now j will take care of it. Earlier I is having higher value, so 4 times. Now j is having higher value, so it will be 3 times. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
See, you understood the importance of these two now?
Yes, sir.
Now when I keep double AND, how many times?
2 times.
Yeah, now minimum will get the significance. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Or means maximum will get the significance, and means minimum will get the significance. Okay. So this is a while loop test. Then, yeah, that's it. Then let me go to the do while loop. Yeah, this is a do while loop. So coming to the do while, again, slightly different. First, code inside the loop will get executed, then condition is going to be checked. If condition is false, it will come out. So it indicates that the statements which are part of the loop at least gets executed once. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So just a minute. Yeah, so let me save it as do while loop test dot c. Yeah, can you tell me what is the output of this program? How many times this will get executed? Printf
4 times.
4 times, right? First time for 0, second time for 1,
1,
third
2,
time for
3,
2,
4.
4 will not get executed.
Yes,
0,
sir.
1, 2, 3. The moment j becomes 4, 4 less than or equal to 3 is false. And semicolon, don't forget. Other two loops, semicolon is not required. But the do while semicolon is required for the after the while statement. Okay. So let me execute this. You can see the value of variable j is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 times. Is it not? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Because I'm just going little faster because I need to cover remaining 3 statements, which is what is that? Just a minute. Yeah, continue statement. Again, for continue also there is a block diagram given here. As I mentioned yesterday, the moment it finds a continue statement, see it is given here. Continue generally can be put into a rectangle box, but it is put into a declaration box. Condition box. What does it mean? Continue must be always associated with if condition. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday I mentioned, no, it is not clearly mentioned. Generally only for conditions diamond box will be used. Even for the continue also diamond box is used. It indicates that it is an implicit, every continuum must be preceded by a if condition. Okay, if the if condition is true, continue will get executed, then it will go back by skipping the remaining statements of the loop, and otherwise it will come out. Yes or no? It will simply go to the next iteration. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me execute this program. This is continue. So let me save as it could be continue test. Continue test.c. Yeah, can you tell me what is the output of this program now? For initially, I think I should use int separately declaration. In C++ it is allowed, but in C it is not allowed. So let me write separately. Int I comma j. Is it clear? I think I is not there, only j is there. Yeah. So can you tell me what is the output of this program? Initially j equal to 0 gets initialized. 0 double equal to 4. True or false?
False.
So continue will not run. So printf is gets executed. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what is the value? 0 will be the output. Then
0.
yeah, then j becomes 1. 1 double equal to 4. True or false?
False.
Again j
1.
gets the 1 will be desired. So how long? Up to 3, right?
3.
The moment j becomes 4, 4 double
Continue.
equal to 4. True or false?
True.
Then continue. What do you mean continue? 4 gets executed or not? Printed or not?
No.
So it will go to the next iteration, no?
Yes, sir.
So 0 to 8 will get printed except 4. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
So if at all you wanted to exclude the required statements when you wanted to print series of numbers, in that case continue will help you. Agree or not? Yesterday I was trying to explain so many examples, but I guess most of you got confusion. So not to have a confusion, this program will tell you wanted to print a series of numbers 0 to up to maybe 8 and only 4 I don't want. In that case simply you can use if j double equal to 4, you just use a continue. Only 4 will not get printed. Remaining all are going to be printed. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
let me run this so you will understand. Yeah, so you can see 0 to 8 are printed except to 4. If I don't want 7 also, what I'm supposed to do? 0 to 8, I don't want 4 as well as 7. What I'm supposed to do? What is the change I'm supposed to do in this program? Tell me fast.
J equal to 4 and J equal to 7.
And
Sure,
the
huh?
J is equal to 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
as per you, I'll tell. Will it work? Let me execute. How many of you say it is okay?
R, sir, R.
If you write and, what is going to happen? If you write
Sir, we should write R, sir.
and, what will be the output? No, that is I agree. Or we should write. If I write and, what will be the output?
It will always be false, sir, because at one time only one of the where it will only be 4 or 7.
So what are the numbers it is going to print? Output.
All of it will print, sir.
Yeah, all 0 to 8 all will get printed. So let me see. Is it clear? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So like that, no, you should have your own way of thinking. I'm not telling only this some way how we should understand the program. So availability of the programs in the internet is okay, but how we wanted to modify and test our knowledge is more important. So the maximum how many ways you can do it, all modifications you try to do it and expect an output, then execute. Now what is going to happen? What is the output?
0, 1, 2, 3.
Except 4 and 7 all will be printed. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is not printed, 5, 6, 7 is not printed, 8. Simple.
Yes, sir.
I hope now you understood the use of a continuous statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll go with.
You are not using header file, no, sir.
Sorry.
There you are not using header file, no, sir. How it is printing?
Yeah, that is the reason it is giving error here. You can see incomplete implicit declaration of a built-in function printf. So to remove that error, I should write. Sometimes compiler will accept without writing the hash include. What you said is absolutely good observation. Here when I run, you got a warning here. What is the warning it is telling? Printf function is something like it is unable to understand properly, but still it is getting executed. Yes or no? If I'm writing hash include stdio.h, then printf, you will not get this warning. Let me run. So are you getting any warning now? No warning. Yes or no? So always preferably you should use this. Okay, it's not an issue, but some of the compilers will ask you without hash include, it will not execute the printf statement. 11:50 or 11:40? At what time you have a class?
11:50, sir.
Okay, so only 2 minutes I'll take, not more than that. Break. So break again, you can understand by yourself. Whenever break is going to come, it will come out of the loop, and code after the loop is going to be get executed. Straight away I can go to this program. Save as. Yeah, break underscore test.c. Yeah, can you tell me what is the output of this program? Initially number is equal to 0, 0 less than or equal to 100 is true, then value of the variable is 0 because number equal to 0, and 0 double equal to 2 is false, then it will execute number plus plus, then again it will go back. So like that, how many times it will run the loop? Can anybody tell? How many times while loop is getting executed? Think over and tell me fast, we have very less time. You think over minutes, otherwise it is a waste of time for me. Just a minute. Think over fast. 12 o'clock, I think sir has given the timing is 12 o'clock, so not an issue. I can complete remaining also. I think based on my that link, he should have put 12 o'clock. Just a minute, you think over. Meanwhile, I'm just sharing the screen. I'll take the attendance. How many times the loop is going to get executed? Think over.
101, sir.
Sorry. You just tell me number. How many times loop gets executed? Nobody in the class.
Two
Super have
times.
explained. 2 times. Because when any double equal to 2 break, after the break, what is going to happen? Irrespective of the condition, simply it will come out of the loop. That is what I said, no? Break is always associated with the loop, right? So if it is using nested loop, no? Nested loop means only inner loop will get come out, not overall. I think that I need to verify. So, but right now there is no nested loop, but as per my knowledge, it will come out of that particular loop only. So here only 2 times it will get executed. Let us verify the program. You can see value of the variable is 0, 1, 2, because yeah, after 2 it is printing, then it is coming out. Yes or no? So I can say 3 because the testing is happening after the printing. So you can say 3 times. Is it okay? Is it clear? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Nobody is. Yeah. So when do we use generally break means? So it is something like whenever you wanted to print some results up to some required number, that time break will be useful. Yes or no? We have 100 students, but we wanted to print only 50 students results. So don't you think break is better? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes because of the malpractice and some roll numbers should not be displayed into the results that in the notice board. They want to take a print. Which one is useful, break or continue? Out of the 100 students,
Continue.
only 5 students are get withheld. I don't want to print their results onto the notice board. So which programming is useful, continue or a break?
Continue.
Continue. Very good. Yeah, very good. And when I took an exam for 100 students, I have corrected only 50 paper, means 50 students evaluated, marks will be evaluated, remaining 50 still there. But due to as and when my job is done, I wanted to print the results. Continue or break, which is better? Break is better. So it all depends on the condition. I should not say that always use the continue, always use the break. You should think properly. So what is my requirement? Is that I wanted to print only partially in a sequence of something, or I wanted to skip in sequence some random numbers. So if this is a situation you are able to observe from the given problem, it is easy for you to use continue or a break. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, final one is left out, which is I'm not going to share the program because the documents, the MS Office documents I'm trying to share, it will have anyhow program. So from that we can verify. The last program, just I wanted to use a goto statement. Where is the goto? Yeah, here. So this is a goto statement, and as I said, goto followed by label name, and label name can be forward or backward. Yesterday in the explanation, I just took the forward backward, but forward also you can do it. So some of the example, this is how statement will be used. For every statement before you should write a label, multiple labels you can use, there's nothing wrong. Okay, so C statement, and here go to label 3. If at all the C statement I'm writing as go to label 3, it will directly jump here. If I'm writing C statement as a go to label 2, it will jump here. That is the meaning of it. And followed by it will run, it is like there's no standard if conditional, or there's nothing like a for loop kind of thing. It is from wherever you wanted to go, from wherever particular point, this particular go to statement are useful. So let us verify this particular program. Is a very simple program. So with that we'll wind up for today's class. So let me save this. Go to test.c. Fine. So now let us understand the program here. Initially sum is equal to 0, then int I'm not supposed to use here, so here only I use I. Okay, then anyway, yeah, that's it. So int I comma sum is equal to 0, so I is a garbage and the sum will be 0. Then I will get initialized in the for loop, and 0 less than 10 is true, then it will enter. In the entering after that, it is doing sum is equal to sum plus I. So what is the value of the sum here? 0 plus 1, sorry, 0 plus 0. So result is 0 only. Then I'm checking if I is equal to 5. So So I is equal to 0 only. So 0 double equal to 5 is false. So go to will not get executed. It will go back to the loop. So I gets incremented. Then what is going to be? Sum equal to 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So sum will be 1. Then I remains 2. Sorry, 1. 1 double equal to 5 is false. Again it will go back. So like that sum is incrementing up to, sorry, calculating up to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus. You tell me how long this for loop is going to be running. Anybody tell? Tell me how long this for loop is going to be executed. First, when I becomes 5, what is going to happen? Go to a condition executed. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So go to where I am supposed to go? Addition. So where is the label is defined at the line number 12. You can see addition followed by a colon. So it will skip remaining 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 iterations because of the go to condition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it will add only 5 times. 5 times means 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What is the result? 9 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 1, 15. Result is 15, no? Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
let me execute. So you can say result is 15. You are able to see? Is it clear? So how to, it's a forward jump, it is trying to explain. So, but only thing is label how we should use, you should know. So immediately after the label also I can write printf, there's nothing wrong. This way also you can write. Let me execute again. The same thing, right? There's no change. So to have a clarity, not to miss the labels, people are generally the programming practices write separately so that you can understand. So from here onward, there is a label define addition, and this is going to be the part of the label program addition. Okay. You can also do one more condition, no? You can go back also. You can do some go to program which can take back actually. I mean, sum is equal to 15. Then you check if sum is equal to 15, you go back and you modify I value such a way that I should become 7. Then it will print up to 7 actually. Then will come back. Obviously, after that sum is going to beyond 15, then you are coming to return statement. So you can have a multiple go to statement in a single program. So just wanted all of you to try in the same program. You write something like you check the condition if sum is equal to greater than or 15. Then you go to no less than or equal to 15. You go to back. Once the sum going beyond 15, it will come out of the loop. Is it okay? It is not loop actually. It is like the go to is making you to move from line number 8 to line number 13 or 12. Yeah, 13 I should say directly. Is it okay? Is it clear? Respond yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with this I'll just stop here, and we'll meet in tomorrow's class. I'll share the link to all of you, and also this all the MS Office documents I'll share.